10, oh sorry, from Malaysia, number 10, Sean Lim. Number 22, Adam Simonite. Number 12, Pham Gia. Number 44, April Cheng. Number 66, Karama Chan. And number 25, Ung Ying Shuang. And from Team Canada, your starting lineup. Number 14, Jessie Copet. Number 77, Martin Dutil. Number 3, JC Morris. Number 28, Riel Leaf. Number 13, Betty Mack. And number 67, Nick Grenier. Let's hear it for your mixed foam final.
Hello and welcome back to the WDBF World Championships here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. My name is Elisa Westman. And I'm joined by Terry Thrasher. Both teams are lined up. Canada versus Malaysia, mixed foam finals. Both of these teams have been battling it out to get to this moment here today for the gold medal matches. We've seen some amazing dodgeball by both of these teams and expect this game to be just a nail biter. This is a new division here in the WDBF World stage, although foam is a familiar ball type. We've never had mixed division before. 3 women, 3 men on each side for each team. Kind of brings a different type of momentum, a different type of energy to the court, and I feel like it's been becoming a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's been popular so far in this event. Off the rush. Canada gets to those balls a bit quicker, and Morris with a big hit right away, setting some tone for Team Canada. Okay, and another hit. All right, Canada starting strong, although they do lose Leaf. And if you have been watching Canada in other divisions, you'll notice this is an entirely distinct squad from their men's and women's teams, whereas there is a fair bit of overlap for Malaysia between their men's and women's teams and this mixed squad.
Yes, again, this is the first time with this division, so I think countries were trying different strategies and techniques and what kind of roster to bring. I do think it's worked out well for Canada to have fresh legs for each division. It means that they have been playing at the top energy level possible.
Yeah, we've seen that contrast. Some countries, of course, with some overlap. Okay, Copet is called out, the referees indicating it was a hit on the wrist, perhaps.
If you're watching live on Twitch, we do have a prediction poll up at the moment. Do take a minute to log in, make an account, follow us at Dodgeball TTV, and let us know who you think is going to be the winner of this match.
Nice block on the cross-court try from Morris. That was Simonite with the block. As always, I expect to see top-tier blocking from this Team Malaysia squad. They are so good on defense. Canada has quite a few big arms, but it is tough to break through those blocking balls. They will try again. This time it's Grenier. And this return shot pops up. Yeah, Dutil hit when he was trying to track it down. So good awareness on the attacks out of the Malaysian side.
2 players left in for Canada, number 13, Becky Mack, and number 3, JC Morris.
Meanwhile, facing down, Simonite with the fakes, Pham with the takes. See Chan Pui Men in the middle, again calling the shots. She seems to do a ton of communication for Malaysia when she's out on the court. It's Pham again looking toward Mac. She's light on her feet, side steps. You see a lot of that sort of slightly preemptive dodging in foam dodgeball, where players know a ball may be coming their way. They will start their movement as the thrower's arm is mid-delivery.
Definitely, these foam balls are known for floating is sometimes what it's called. It means that they do move in air, makes it very hard to track, predict, and try to catch. But these are very experienced ladies on the court doing a fantastic job of staying alive.
Yeah, so far so good. And they are having to deal with, there's a lot of motion side to side and up to down on some of these Malaysian throws. So you got to stay active when you are looking to defend. Here's Simonite taking that shot again. Morris with a good solid block. To the line again. Okay, that windmill shot from Morris. One of the many Canadian women who's got a very strong command of that underhand delivery.
Absolutely, just finding the toe of number 66 Man from Malaysia team.
All right, Morris this time faking with that underhand, allowing Mac to take the shot. Simonite and Pham swapping spots. Okay, they find Morris. I think they had been looking toward Betty Mac quite a few times, but after Morris did get a few great shots away, they switched targets. Mac popping up, taking a shot. And wow, just clipping Pham on the back. And sniping Simonite.
And we got a 1v1. 13 for Canada, Mac, 25 for Malaysia, Shuang. The crowd is into this match. Everyone loves a good 1v1, don't we, Terry?
They sure do, especially the Canadian crowd cheering for the Canadian player here. Obviously, we expect to have Ying Shuang have something to say about that. Looking to catch Mac undefended. And missing a bit high. They both come up to the line. Ooh. All right, nobody takes the shot there. Both a little wary. A little bit of faking. Stepping into that one. Mac gets another ball from the side. Ying Shuang now back up to the line. Okay, well blocked again. These players showing off good defensive chops, because those balls are generally right on target. All right, trying a little side arm delivery, but hooks it just a bit high.
If you are a traditional cloth watcher or player checking out foam for the first time, there is no neutral zone with foam. So these ladies, they have to stop at that center line. That is as far as they can throw.
Okay, Canada gets that. Mac doing work for Team Canada to secure that first point. So
great work by Canadian player.
That was Mac securing it. Her and Morris out there together for quite a while, and Mac, it was up to her to finish 3 Malaysian opponents at once. Okay, Morris again looks to be the shooter off the rush for Canada, but scrambling below that shot is Cheng Yamei. Canada now gathering things up. And a big hit onto Paris Chaudouin. Malaysia's shots, okay, coming toward the corners, missing. Not a lot of damage done yet. Canada bringing 4 to the line. They managed to connect with the ball retriever in the back, but not the players in front of them. And okay, great shot onto Kopet. Malaysia still sporting 6 out there. We do see, again, Chan Pui Man directing things on the court. Canada electing to send 2. Morris and Grenier are going to be holding down those corners.
All 6 players still left in for Malaysia. Canada with a bit of a tall order here to bring down the player count.
Okay, they start it, getting 2 balls together in on their target, Lim. And a familiar sight. Chan, Pham, and Simonite up on the line. Simonite hit on the shoulder. And a big shot from Pham does miss a bit high. Dutil in the middle for Canada is the one to take the shot. And missing. Grenier getting under some shots as well. Okay. His shot, a bit of a cross court, trying for 2 targets with 1 ball.
Yes, a lot of shots fired, no connections made, still 4v4. Underhand throw by number 3, Morris. Love to see those underhands from the ladies.
She is so formidable with it, and you can see that it gets a lot of respect, but Dutil hit out with a good solid shot. Chan Pui Man, very dangerous from the middle of the court sometimes. There we have Leaf trying a shot as well. On to Cheng, who will take over on that right side. Morris showing one of those good ways to defend those incoming shots, sliding down on her knees, getting that blocking ball in front. Okay, well placed shot. Not a lot to defend against when they're put that well right on the feet.
Yeah, just nicking number 44, May from Malaysia, bringing the player count tied up again, 3-3.
Okay, Malaysia still looking like they're taking shots toward Morris. Leaf the one to deliver that ball from the middle. And you see now Canada, when they have 4, they have to throw, but they're keeping 3 so that Malaysia has to throw one of their 3 back. It's a little bit of ball management from Canada. I don't think we'll see them throw 2 unless there's a high quality opportunity. This does leave the one Malaysian player unguarded. They choose to have it be the middle. Chan coming up. All right, just backs off so that they can set up. Okay, Pham again looking for Morris. She is target number 1 right now.
I do see why. She's got a very threatening pump fake. And she finds her target. Morris hitting number 25. Schweng from Malaysia bringing the player count 2-3.
Morris has done a lot of work already in this set. Leaf, some pressure up high, but that shot from Pham connecting with Leaf as she tries to back off. All right, 2-on-2. Okay, so Malaysia now down to 1. Morris still the target for Pham. Out there with Grenier. Okay, Morris again, just getting that blocker out as she skids backward. And it's Morris just sending 1. This time it's Grenier. Nick Grenier, 2 balls in hand, able to get the blocker out in front. Canada running a bit low on that shot timer. Okay, Pham able to secure the block though. And the counter immediately from Nick Grenier. There was an opening and he managed to hit that shot perfectly.
Canada does take the second point of the match. Malaysia timeout. Does make sense that Malaysia's wanting to take a bit of a breath here, collect themselves, maybe come up with a new strategy. Canada's definitely owning the momentum of this game, pushing the pace. They came out with a lot of confidence today.
Yeah, but obviously, I mean, again, we say this pretty often. Those 2 sets were so close off the beginning. I mean, the first set, Betty Mac had to bring it back against 3. This one was just a 2-on-1. So I think anytime you're looking at situations that get to like 2 or fewer players per side, you know that it's probably just a difference of inches between a 2-0 lead for one side or the other. But it is Canada coming through clutch so far.
Yes, closing out the game. Such a large part of dodgeball is just finishing the match. If you are watching on Twitch, you will see that there is a prediction up at the moment. Let us know who you think is going to win the match. Log in, create an account on Twitch, follow us at Dodgeball TTV.
Yeah, there are lots of opportunities to watch dodgeball. We've got some league play through the years. We've had regional and national championships, and of course worlds. You can see it all on twitch.com/dodgeballttv. All right, these teams. All right, the referees now getting into position. You'll see them get to that clear line most of the time off the opening rush so that they can make sure that the balls are brought back behind it before they are potentially thrown. Okay, Morris bobbling, not going to be able to get that clean rush off this time. Malaysia electing not to take a shot, playing it a bit more defensively. Pham and Lim have been in the corners so often for Malaysia, including on the dedicated men's team. Simonite with a great shot. That's Andrusik they've hit out, who's making his first appearance in this match.
Looks like referee is calling center line violation. These are hard lines. If somebody steps over, they are out.
If you even make contact with that center line, it is an out, as you say. So that most likely means Andrusik is not eliminated in that case. Predictably, if you're already out when you release the ball, it's not a live ball. So Andrusik called back on court. It's tough. These players want to use all of the space available to them, and Simonite just getting a little too close. And speaking of using all that space really well, we see Pham so good at sliding just along that back line, but safely in front of it. We do have officials at those back lines keeping an eye very carefully to make sure nobody crosses it.
Yes, and Malaysia is very well known for their ability to stay small, amazing blockers and dodgers, be as small of a target as possible for Canada, right as far back as possible.
Yeah, they get Andrusik for a second time, but this one counts. Kopet hit out as well. He hasn't had a lot of space to operate, as this Malaysian squad has been able to secure the hits on him pretty consistently out of the corner. Chan taking that shot into the middle. Cassandra Paris-Jodoin out as well. Perhaps going to reply. She does to our Chan as well. Again, we see Malaysia coming up. 3 balls in hand, but only in 2 players. Lim this time going cross court. One of those things that a lot of these top corners do super, super well. Just disguising that shot and able to go pretty much anywhere on the opposing side. All right, Pham connects. Big shot onto Grenier.
Yeah, very accurate throw by Yi, number 12 for Malaysia. Malaysia looking to get their first set point.
Oh, and I think 2 of the Malaysian players bumping into each other, resulting in Cheng Yamei heading off to the sideline. That's a tough break, but a better break is that hit onto Paris-Jodoin.
Only Morris left in for Team Canada, number 3.
Bam sending it toward Morris, tucked into that back corner.
Morris is an amazing underhand thrower. My guess is that she does have a background in softball. Correct me if you know otherwise, Terry. But I understand why Malaysia's playing a little further back here. She's been extremely accurate with her throws. I would not discount her in this moment. Malaysia does find the target, getting their first match point, bringing the score 2-1 with 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes left in the first half. This is a very close ball game, everyone.
Yeah, as you said, Morris with that good underhand delivery from years of softball play. That's where I think a lot of these players will pick it up if they've got that in the repertoire. Malaysia obviously familiar with it, and with enough bodies out there, they're able to put a couple of balls on her, taking her out, securing their first point. We do have a little under 4 minutes to go in this first half, though. Oh no, Ewell with the bobble.
Yes, Canada does lose possession of their first ball. That means they're starting off this match with just 2 in hand. Malaysia with ball advantage.
Andrusik out of Ottawa, Ontario, making the call, providing a bit of cover for Jodoin to take that shot. It slides back under a return.
Yes, and if you are unfamiliar with the foam ball rules, there are 6 foam balls on the court at all time. The team with more players has burden, does have to throw the ball. If it is an even player count, it is the last team to throw the other side that has burden. Different than the cloth rules that I know a lot of viewers are more familiar with.
And we saw Canada almost bunching up a bit there. Mack playing out high with the ball, almost screening Jodoin a bit. Number 8 on that far corner for Team Canada. And to the line it is Andrusik who takes a shot again. Both teams playing it a little bit slow right now. There's the odd counter thrown, but we haven't seen any big scramble plays, but we do see a big shot coming through once again onto Ying Shuang. Semonite this time takes that. It is blocked by Mack.
All 6 Canadian players still on the court, pushing the line, finding a target. Number 44, May, hit out for Malaysia. Crowd is getting into this game.
Okay, Mack playing out high again.
That may have sounded like a hit, but it did hit the ball retriever, hitting on the back, standing out near the back line.
I think it grazed Jodoin and then, yeah, hit that retriever very solidly. So Jodoin is out. Ewell with the block and a backup. Taylor Ewell playing out of Manitoba. And Kopet as well out of Manitoba. The man of many last names. Is it Kopet? Is it Kopet? He'll tell you both. Malaysia to the line. Okay, that shot skipping in a bit short from Simonite. Okay, that one getting through and getting a double.
Double hit. So ball is still live until it hits the ground. So until that means that a single ball can hit multiple players and they are all out in this situation.
Kopet gets to connect there, so it's only one left for Malaysia. And I think he's still in there. Some premature celebration perhaps.
Number 12, last one in for Malaysia, Yi. I've had a chance to see him play a couple times this tournament. He's an incredible dodger. So it would make sense for Canada to try a team throw in this moment once they get ball possession.
Andrusik trying to draw out a poor move, but these Malaysian players are so well coached and so disciplined at playing their style. And again, we see him using all that space, coming close to the back line, stepping up and tagging out Ewell. Okay, sending one close. Andrusik, who had to slide pretty far to get away.
Single ball throw by Canada.
I mean, they do not have much time left in this half. I think they don't need to pressure it. I think Canada probably thinking that, you know, it's very hard to hit Pham Gia when he's got 2 blocking balls, but they were so close to sudden death, and now a timeout called by Canada. So close to sudden death that if you take away the blocking from his game, maybe they're hoping that he'll become a bit easier to hit.
Yeah, so For those watching for the first time at home, sudden death is a no blocking scenario, and that is exactly what it sounds like. Blocking is not allowed, which is such a natural instinct for most dodgeball players. If a player accidentally blocks a ball, they are out. So from this point on, until all the players are gone from one side of the court, it is all catches and dodges. Yes, and timeout called for Canada. They are allowed a timeout per match. Probably talking about what kind of approach they want to take with this incredible dodger still left in for Team Malaysia.
Yeah, I think it's possible that he may have the best blocking form of all the men I've seen in this tournament. So if you want to see an elite way to keep yourself safe in foam dodgeball, just watch the defensive position he takes up. Now, obviously, in no blocking, he's going to have to mix things up. We still see him get so low a lot of times. He's got some acrobatic high jumps too. He may need to mix those in with some preemptive shots toward Canada. I think he's going to, oh no, just fake one here. Okay, he goes jump this time.
Staying alive, just levitating off the ground. Incredible athleticism from this player.
Okay, hop as well from Betty Mack. And Drusik with a big catch though. He was looking for it, he connects with it.
And the first half ends Canada 3, Malaysia 1. Still a lot of dodgeball still to come. You know, and this is, I still do think this is anyone's game. 20 minutes in the second half, a lot of dodgeball still to play. If you're Malaysia in this moment, what kind of strategic approach or changes do you think they should take?
I mean, I think they may want to mix up their target selection a little bit more. I think they've got the ability to target some of the players who aren't holding balls a bit more aggressively. That said, they've been able to get some of the Canadian wings even when they've been trying to protect themselves with balls. So they haven't been far off. I mean, we've seen how close, again, like this last point was the least close one, and it was still a 3-on-1. Yep. So probably just tweaks. We'll see if they bring out the depth on their roster a little bit, because they have kept the same players out for the entire match so far. Yeah, I think the other thing they may want to consider, of course, is the rush play. Canada's been getting there a bit quicker, and a couple of times able to start the point up by an extra player. If Canada's just that much faster, that might be hard to avoid, of course. That's one of the things that's really tough in any version of dodgeball. If there's a player on the other side who's just that fast at securing the balls for their side, you know, it gives the initiative, the tempo to your opponents. It can be hard to deal with, but there are some good defensive strategies that we've seen Malaysia use to weather the pressure.
Yes, and another big difference between foam and cloth is that begetting rush. With foam, it is 3 balls on each side. There is no center ball that is contended like how it is in cloth. Almost a tug of war that can sometimes happen at the center line. So there is no chance of collision with the other side. It's all about the speed of getting your balls and getting them back to the clear line so that you can have the attack before the other team has positioned themselves on the defense. Malaysia is known for their speed, I will say.
Yeah. Yeah, they are no slouches here. And we've seen it's not just obviously getting to those balls, it's how well they're pitched back to a player who can use them on offense or defense. We saw an example of when it can go wrong for Canada on that last point, when Ewell tried to receive the ball back on that pitch, and you know, it came in, bounced off her hands, and ended up back on the Malaysian side. That's obviously the risk you can take when you play it a bit more aggressively. Teams are talking things over. Canada, curious if they'll adjust much or rotate too many of the players, but it's hard to say they need to change too much for themselves.
Exactly. You know, they came out with a lot of energy, a lot of confidence in this gold medal games. Let's also remember this is the day 5 of the WDBF World Championships. A lot of these athletes have been playing long hours of dodgeball, probably a little sore at this point as well, and they have kept their heads up, confident, and a lot of energy on the court. Canada came ready to play here in this gold medal match.
And I think I'm almost more impressed by the amount of energy that Malaysia still had. Again, all of the players that they've been rolling out there have also been playing in the women's or men's division. So, you know, that's the conditioning and the fitness that's important to play at this level too. It's not just about the raw ability. Like, you have to sustain it for 5 days if you make this deep medal run.
Yeah, and this is the first time we have had this division at the WDBF World Championships. Mixed is a new division, even with the foam ball. 3 men, 3 women each side. So I think a lot of countries have tried different strategies here. Some brought completely new rosters for each division. Some are sharing between their men's and women's divisions. You know, each has strategic approach, but I do think that, like you mentioned, some of these players have had many hours of dodgeball under their belt at this point. But they're still playing some phenomenal ball here.
And then almost conversely, there are some players who are in this tournament who have only been playing dodgeball for a very short amount of time. So not so much on either of these two teams, but there are some players on, like one player in New Zealand had only really been playing for 6 months, had enough background in other sports, and picked up the game so quickly that they were able to make their women's foam squad. But meanwhile, in some of these dodgeball hotbeds like Malaysia and Canada, there are so many players to learn from and compete against and honestly try to overcome on your way to these national teams. And once again, that quick rush play, it's Morris again securing a hit right away.
A little bit of a worm move on the ground to grab that foam ball safely by number 8 from Canada.
And both teams sort of feeling each other out again a little bit at the beginning of this second half. That shot again. Number 8, Jodoin connecting with Chan. Canada did eliminate the 3 women from Malaysia, but the 3 men still out there. Okay, Simonite with a block.
It's really up to Malaysia at this point to turn the tide, try to get another match points to tie up with Canada. So I wouldn't be surprised if they play a little bit more aggressively in this set, as you see them pushing the line.
Yeah, we haven't seen all-out aggression yet, just one ball thrown, keeping 3 on defense. That shot skipping in a bit short. You can see Joel Jodoin preferring to be real low. Morris, though, the one targeted. Again, she's maybe had the most hits in this match for Canada, so a very reasonable target. Okay, Lim letting that one go. Andrusik able to scamper under it. Okay, no, that one bouncing. No, the referee saying, both referees saying, that did get the ankle as Simonite was trying to slide away from the shot.
Number 8 catching quite a lot of air.
Landing fairly gracefully, all things considered. Had to keep the legs tucked up, yeah.
Yeah, that hurt my knees just looking at it.
This is why we tell people we think knee pads are pretty important.
Yes.
Yeah, we have seen Lim and Pham out there so many times together for Malaysia as the only 2 on the court. They've brought sets back multiple times for their side against tough odds, so very capable players. Canada's going to have to be smart and accurate in order to make it work. All right, just one thrown by Canada. Looks like we're going to see that single ball from both sides until they see a high quality opportunity. That said, Malaysia now has 4. Okay, just missing that ball in toward Mac. Zion Leaf will take command from the middle, takes the shot too. Return shot finds Andrusik. There's that sharp counterplay. Pham Gia, so accurate. All right, still both Malaysian players out there switching sides, perhaps fancying the matchups a little differently. Grenier alert as that shot came in, but both teams still playing it pretty slow. Canada sending fakes before Leaf is the one who takes the shot. Okay, that one bouncing off Grenier's blocker. Okay, they send two.
And not finding a target. Number 10, Limbs, doing a great job of staying alive.
Okay, Jodwin with that bend back dodge. Oof. Pham hit out. Jodwin making my knees hurt.
And hips. Really all the joints. They got all their cartilage left in their joints apparently.
Okay, that counter shot from Grenier trying to cover as Lim did have to take a shot. There's some aggression coming out. We see he's able to push the pace, but preferring to be very opportunistic. Lim still looking patient. He looks to block and take a shot on the retreat. Okay, Leaf able to get the catch. And so that was 5.5 minutes for the first point. Canada going up 4-1. Timeout called. I didn't see by who, but I'm going to assume it was Malaysia.
Yes, Canada doing a great job of controlling the momentum of this game, controlling the pace of the game, really not letting anything get out of hand. They're not feeling rushed, they're not looking flustered, keeping composure, and that's a big part of it when it comes to the gold medal match at the world stage. That's a lot of pressure on your back.
Yeah, part of what can be tough when you're in the lead, and it's not the safest lead necessarily, is maybe either relaxing too much, trying to play it too conservatively, and giving your opponents enough time and windows of opportunity to make their way back into the match. So Canada's got to balance that, you know, precision and the opportunistic aggression that's gotten them here with, you know, patience. The clock's on their side.
All right, coming up in a little bit, we will have a poll go up on Twitch for the Beercade Player of the Match. If this is your first time tuning in each game, will pick 2 players from each team, 1 male, 1 female, that we think has done outstanding thus far in the match. A poll will go up, so do create an account and follow us at Dodgeball DTV and let us know who you think the Beercade Player of the Match. Following the game, we'll do a player interview with 1 player from each side, so let us know who you'd like to hear from.
And we do see the first player changes for Malaysia. They have brought in, you'll see number 30, Ko Puyen, as well as 47, Cheng K. Xuan, in there, perhaps trying to mix up the energy for Team Malaysia. Okay, so I like the attempt there from Lim. Number 11 out there for Malaysia, Evan Gia Zen Lee.
Beautiful catch.
Yeah, getting those catches, you can see how much it fires up their side. Those are high energy plays. Oh, just clipping Cheng up high. Chan Pui Man again doing all of that communication work for Team Malaysia. And well placed shot. Andrusik had to be ready.
All 6 players still in for Canada, 4 for Malaysia. And another one walking off, leaving 3 on the Malaysian side. Canada, again, doing a great job, staying calm, collecting themselves, coming up with a game plan and with each and every play.
I think, okay, one of the retrievers has switched. As we've learned, that red thing that the ball retrievers are wearing called many different things. We've heard Greg call it a bib. You'll hear me call it a penny. What would you call it, Elisa?
A jersey.
The jersey.
A mesh jersey. But that they do designate the designated retrievers for each team. Only the designated retrievers are allowed to touch a ball if they go out of the bounds of the court and send it back in for their players. If anyone else touches that ball, it does get forfeited to the other side.
Yeah, I mean, if it bounces off of you while you're there, obviously that's not an issue, but exactly, not able to manipulate it if you're on the bench, if you're a coach, if you're a helpful well-wisher. Just leave it for the retrievers. Canada's Andrusik sending a shot a bit high, but well dodged by Ko. Andrusik, all right, just putting on the pressure. Andrusik has been on this Canadian national squad on the men's side in the past. Canada does get a hit, so now just one. It's going to be Pham Gia again by himself. The man's a survivor, but I mean, he's going to have to be a sniper as well to deal with 6 from Canada.
Yeah, this man is no stranger to this pressure cooker situation. As we've seen already in this match, he's been the last one in a number of times. See if he can pull out a catch to bring in another player from his team.
He seems to be targeting Andrusik fairly often, who we have seen square up and look for catches in the past. All right, Canada sends 2, and they just lose Morris to a clip. Well-placed shot right at the feet. Again, I love the throwing mechanics out of so many of these Team Malaysia players. They don't always have the same like arm length that you see from some of the taller Canadians, but their mechanics are so good. They get so much velocity and motion on the balls. They understand how to deliver it exactly where they want to put it.
Yes, they are well-trained, fine-tuned machines that have been practicing and training for many months leading up to these games, and just every year always putting up such an incredible show.
Okay, taking care of Leaf this time. She has made some grabs, not wanting to risk that.
Again, something different with foam than the cloth game. There is no set time. This final player has as long as he wants to try to take out all of the Canadian players. There is no 3-minute clock running. He just has to finish the game before the second half is over, essentially.
Yeah, he has as long as he wants, although with only 9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the half and a 3-point difference. Okay, I think, yeah, that got through onto the knee. Yeah, we see the Malaysia sideline confirming to Pham. That did get your knee, it didn't bounce first, so.
The Beercade Player of the Match poll is up on Twitch. Do log in and vote. Let us know who you would like to hear from following the game.
Yeah, some high quality athletes, of course, to choose from. It's a pity we can't nominate them all, Elisa.
Absolutely. The winner of this does receive a gift certificate to use at our after party tonight from our sponsor, Beercade. And as mentioned, we'll also get a chance to chat with them following the match.
Right away, Canada playing it safe this time, as does Malaysia. And now, again, sliding back, we see Jodoin, a big fan of that kind of scurry back along the ground, making himself a small target. The ball bouncing in on Lee, missing. Okay, Kopet didn't quite manage to reach that one. Jodoin hit out. Stepping into that throw, Ko Wei-Yin out there for the first time, at least in this match.
Ooh, big
Hopping
dodge.
for one.
And a hit by Malaysia. They are so elusive.
And I'll be curious to see how number 89 out there, Ko Wei-Yin, does play, because he doesn't have the knee pads. I expect that means he's going to be more of a jumper and a lateral mover.
I would hope so as well. Don't want to leave any skin behind on the court.
Okay, that shot from Betty Mack going a bit high. Okay, Mack hits out with a good solid shot. Morris, sounds like Morris a casualty as well, so that's the kind of break Malaysia's going to need. Okay, Kopet stands up. He's going to be out there with Grenier, his frequent teammate in Winnipeg.
All 6 players left in for Malaysia. 7 minutes left in the second half. This might be their opportunity to try to snatch their second set.
Yeah, and certainly if they can close this out a little bit quickly. Okay, and that'll make it a bit easier. Kopit out. Malaysia does need to secure these points quickly enough to give themselves chances to get enough of them. Grenier is out, so that's a good start for Malaysia. Maybe a bit of momentum reclaimed by their side.
Absolutely. That does bring the score 5-2. Canada still in the lead. 6.5 minutes left in the second half. Malaysia's going to have to play some pretty fast speed ball here in order to close this gap, in order to tie with Canada going into overtime.
Yep, it is doable.
We've seen crazier things at the world stage.
Yeah, we've seen comebacks in playoff matches of over 5 points in the past, so. Morris back to the offensiveness off the rush, although missing this time. Okay, 2 shots missing high. Chan trying to control the line, and again, very communicative. Malaysian players just making sure on defense everybody knows what their role is. You don't want to think everybody who has a ball is going to be necessarily free to take those big counters, but just stepping into a shot into the middle, taking out Jodoin again.
Big dodge, like you mentioned, number 89, more of a jumper.
Yeah, it gets good verticality on that, but you have to think at some point, if it seems like that's his best option, Canada might be able to sniff that out and target him. But again, he's able to make it work for himself. All right, and a big grab. Cassandra Perez-Jodoin with the ball.
Great snatch for Canada, bringing their full squad back onto the floor.
And that was a catch on Pham. I'm not sure what they're talking about here, but if that stands, Pham has been so hard to hit that if they're able to catch him out, that's a big deal.
We do have 6 dedicated referees for these gold medal matches, as many eyes as possible to make sure that each call is clear. Thank you to all the volunteers and referees for all the work you've done here at the world stage.
Refereeing can be a thankless job at times.
It does look like it was a line violation.
Okay.
So no catch because of a line violation on Canada. So she was already out when that ball released her hand. That is why the catch does not count.
All right. Yeah, losing a player to a toe on the line doesn't feel good, especially that could be a bit of a momentum killer. Canada going to have to shake that off. Malaysia going to hope to build on it.
All 6 Malaysian players still in, 4 for Canada. Just under 5 minutes left in the second half. If you're Canada at this point, you're likely looking to just run the clock as long as possible. They are 3 sets ahead. Don't want to let Malaysia catch any momentum here.
Yeah,
playing it slow and steady probably is the best course of action.
Exactly. I think we will tend to see Canada only throw one. They'll tend to throw it very late in that 10-second count. Since Malaysia does need to make their hits, I think we're going to see one of those players holding a ball take that counter shot, or maybe even a preemptive shot, every single time Canada's up to the line. Oh, Canada does throw a second one. And they do lose Morris right afterward. Okay, so Canada may need to tweak the aggressiveness a touch here. 2 balls from Malaysia. Again, they do need to secure these points. They have just under 4 minutes to do it. They're in a good position right now. Slightly safer throws from Canada. Kopit again taking one back just with a bit of pressure.
Nice block by Betty Mack in the middle. We've seen a lot of her from this game. She's an amazing defensive player.
Yeah, we've seen her secure that first point for Team Canada. Has been able to stay alive with a lot of good defensive work. Grenier. Oh no, Mack I think got the back line while trying to retreat. That pressure from Malaysia can be intimidating. Ooh. That ball popping up, the retriever able to grab it, but luckily for Grenier, no one on the Malaysian court was able to take it. Safe shot from Kopet. Gets hit up high though.
Number 11, Evan Lee, very accurate shot on the forearm.
Okay, Grenier still out there. He's going to try to play it as safe as he can, taking that shot from almost the back.
Just over 2.5 minutes left in the match.
Okay, wait. The referee's stopping things.
Stopping the clock for this referee timeout.
Okay, so I think that was a center line again. Lee was the one who connected. Usually, as someone in the chat mentioned, usually it's just the back line ruining lives. Now it's the center line too.
Absolutely. And looks like it's a clean block from Canada. They're just over 2 minutes away from being gold medalists.
Yeah, so Grenier playing it safe, staying back, taking those shots from no more than about 10 feet up. Popping and getting hit. So Malaysia, I like this from them. They're very aware of the situation. They are running to get those balls lined up again. Timeout called.
So what this means right now is Malaysia is down 2 points. They have less than 2 minutes to close out a game before going into no blocking. Then they would likely want to achieve another win in no blocking to tie things up. That would then put us 5-5 going into an overtime for this gold medal match. That does not give Malaysia a lot of time to not only close out a game and then start the no blocking, but it is possible.
Yeah, you have to think that's what they're looking for right now. If they can close things out in the limited time available, give themselves a chance to actually tie things in sudden death, then we would potentially have that extra 4-minute overtime period. That is their path to victory right now. Canada, of course, just has to stay alive.
Yes, Malaysia will probably have to play very aggressively, take some risky shots. I would expect to see Canada playing a little further back and safe. They just want to run the clock at this point.
Yeah, not so safe that you give Malaysia chances to tee off on your players, but still very safe. We're going to get back.
Getting into it. Last 2 minutes. Canada just a couple minutes away from a gold medal match. People on their feet, flags waving.
Yeah, this crowd is fired up. An awful lot of Canada fans. Malaysia not without their fans either, though. Lee with that shot right away does hit Mack. That's a good start. Team Canada is going to use pretty much all of that shot clock. That Lee's shot does get blocked by Morris as she scooches back. All right, those wings coming up. Morris also showing up the lay down flat and hope dodge, which can be very effective, making herself a small target. Just over a minute remaining. Fan shot just missing.
Malaysia taking those swings. Canada doing a great job evading them.
Okay, Leaf making the connection. Canada keeping it steady, and Drusik out. But there are still 4 more out there. All right, that quick counter shot from Lee. Right idea. You know he wanted to hit it. Famjie playing out really high. Canada using all the time they can. Lee stepping into one. Okay, that one popping up off Jodwin. Chan out.
And that is the match. Canada, the first ever WDBF gold medalist at mixed foam in their home country. They hosted the games. They're taking the gold in this match. Congratulations, Canada.
They seem to be enjoying the moment quite a bit. Able to grind down Malaysia in the end there after securing an early lead. Team Malaysia showing a lot of heart and still claiming silver, obviously. I feel like silver is the hardest medal to win sometimes because of the way you have to leave the tournament on a loss, but huge effort from them.
Amazing play on both sides. Huge heart, so much effort. Canada should be very proud of themselves and how they have performed in this tournament. Both teams should be very proud. Following this, we will have a player interview with our Beercade player of the match, Joel Joden from Team Canada. Do stay tuned. We have a lot more exciting dodgeball still to come. 4 more gold medal games.
Yeah, and the next one will be a gold medal match in men's cloth between, no surprises here, Austria and Great Britain.
These are experts in the cloth ball, so if you are interested to learn more, do stay tuned. And we'll have this player interview for you in just a few moments.
Another amazing game, really close, really tight. I have Famjie here, and he's going to talk a little bit. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
Yeah, we try our best. Yeah, so I don't make sure. I mean, like we try our best.
You did try your best. It was a really good game. You were in a lot at the end here, just working hard. I could see the determination in your face, in your eyes. At the beginning, it was slow. I think it played a little slower than you guys normally play. Did you think Canada set the pace, or were you guys trying to play slower?
I think because our players quite young, so basically we start slow. Actually, we prepare quite a lot, but actually we just start slow. Yeah.
We're gonna get murdered. And so I also noticed at the beginning. Hold on. Can you guys not do this right here? I noticed that they're very excited. I noticed that you guys also changed your lineup a lot. Yeah. Halfway through, you changed the lineup. Was there any kind of strategy with that, or what was the thought behind that?
We changed our strategy because maybe our players' mental a bit down. So we try to back up with our second lineup to try see whether anything happens. Yeah, but it's worked a bit too late. Yeah, that's all.
Well, I don't want to make you sit here. I know you have a lot of emotions, but you are really fun to watch, and it was a really exciting game. You should be very, very proud. You have another game coming up? No. So you did good. Silver medal?
Yeah.
Pretty good? Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, Famjie, our player, and we have over here. Now I am. Hi. I'm going to butcher your last name, so I'm going to let you do it.
Jodwin.
Jodwin? Oh, that's not bad. Okay. All right. And look at you, gold medal champ, mixed foam, our first ever mixed foam division. How you feeling?
I feel absolutely incredible. Like you said, first ever to do something for the first time and stand at the top for the first time is, I'm sort of speechless. It's been amazing.
I'm sorry, these guys want all the attention. They haven't won yet, Great Britain. This is your moment right here. So I was noticing in the game, you guys, did you feel like Canada set the pace for that? Because I felt like from an observer and watching Malaysia play, it was a slower game than they're used to. Was that, you think, you guys, was that strategy?
Absolutely. Full credit to Malaysia. We actually played them in our first game in the tournament, and they took it to us. I think we were down 5-1 at half. The final score ended 7-4. But in that game, we played to their pace. We were always chasing them, and they're an incredibly fast, dodgy team, and we were missing. So the game plan coming into this was to slow it down a bit, play our style of dodgeball, and hope for the best, and it worked out.
It did work out. It absolutely worked out. I mean, it can't work any better than a gold medal. And same thing, when you play dodgeball, it's about which team can set the pace and hold the pace. They had a big lineup change about halfway through, but you guys seem to stick with similar players. Was that?
Yeah, what we've been doing all tournament is effectively rolling the hot line, and things worked out pretty early for us. So when people needed a breather, we made sure people were coming in and out, but for the most part, we were rolling with what stayed hot.
That's amazing. Always stay with what's hot. All right, well, congratulations. Anything you want to say right now in this moment?
I want to say hi to my dad, and I wish my mom could have seen this, and hi to all my aunts, so thank you.
Hi to everybody. Congratulations again, our gold medal champs. And wow, our mixed divisions are done. We have a new gold medal champions, Canada, in the mixed foam division. And right now, it looks like we've got men's cloth coming up. That's going to be intense. It does look like another Great Britain-Austria showdown. The last one was wild. It was off the hook. These guys are crazy. Are you ready?
We're ready. Baby.
They're ready. They're ready. All right, you get ready, and we'll be back soon with Great Britain versus Austria in the men's cloth division.